It's always like, you gotta be healthy, you have to have a healthier lifestyle, you have to be healthy, but it's never, here is how to be healthy. So you've got this entire idea of being healthy as a huge thing and like this big, overwhelming task, and you do not know what you're supposed to do to actually get to that point. So today I'm going to teach you exactly what it means, and I'm going to give you actionable steps because that's what we are all about here. So I'm going to give you 9 or 10, I can't remember how many I wrote. I'm going to give you a few healthy habits that you can apply. And little thing, you are not going to be applying all of them today. You are going to pick just one, then work on it for the next, let's say, 2 weeks. And once you have that one down, once it comes easily to you, you can move on to the next one. So yeah, it might take you 4 to 5 months to get through the list, but you will be a completely different person and it will feel easy and you will not get back to your old lifestyle. Because if you do it slowly, if you go from 0 to 10 instead of 0 to 100, you are more likely to actually succeed. In fact, you will succeed because I believe in you. So it's about taking one and moving through the list as it gets easy. We usually say that it takes 21 days, I think, to get a habit down. So if it takes you 3 weeks from the new habit before actually moving on to the next one on the list, so be it. It does not matter. What matters is that you are actually actively trying to be healthier instead of getting overwhelmed, trying to do everything all at once and then quitting and thinking, well, healthy is not for me. I did not start doing all these things all at once. I started with one that felt like would have the most impact, and then I moved through that list. By the way, hi, my name is Florian, I'm a certified personal trainer, and my mission on here is basically to help you have your dream body and be the best version of you that you can be. So, let's go through the list. There is no real order of importance when it comes to the list I made. However, kind of. So the first one is fix your sleep schedule. If you go to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then try to wake up at like 7 because you have to go to work, or even 8, and you don't get your sleep in, so you're tired, so you binge all day, you snack all day, and you just feel like shit, and you don't work out, and you just are a very annoying person that day, it is probably going to be the first thing that you have to do. The best way to do it is figure out how much sleep do you need. We usually need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day. Well, every night for that matter. So you figure that out. It can be over a weekend, just let yourself sleep as long as you need, and you'll basically see how much sleep you need. I need at least 8 hours to be a functioning human being, and that is totally okay. So the way I do this is I'm like, okay, what time do I have to wake up? Usually 7.5 is a good time. So I'm going to reverse engineer that and say, okay, 7 hours minus 8. That's at least 11 p.m. I like to give myself like half an hour because it takes me a while to fall asleep. And usually, since I said I need actually 9 hours, yeah, I'll go to bed pretty early. If I wake up at 7:30, I usually go to bed at like 10 p.m. and that is fine. This is the way I do it. And I have energy to go through the day and I'm not a huge pain in the ass because I've had my hours of sleep. So you should really figure that out and do it as well. This is the first thing that would be the most beneficial for most of you to feel healthier, because when you are having enough sleep, you make better decisions for yourself, you have more energy, and you know that means more energy to do these other healthy habits. So yeah, that's probably the one that you want to start with. Second thing on my list, I'm a personal trainer first, so you know, movement. I would suggest at least 2 to 3 times per week. Maybe 4 to 5 hours would be ideal, not gonna lie. So you have like 2 to 3 weightlifting sessions and then 2 to 3 cardio sessions. That would be basically the ideal, but again, don't go from 0 to 100. Maybe start with 2 weightlifting sessions. Go twice to the gym and, you know, finish it off with 15 minutes of cardio, and then you should be good. Try to do that, and that's like 2 hours of your week working out. That's something you can kind of do, right? That's something you can easily fit into your daily life. So start there, and then once you feel like it's getting pretty easy, let's do 3 times, and then you can do 4, and you know, incorporate a bit more cardio and so on, and just do it gradually. But the more movement you get, the more energy you'll have, and the more energy you'll have to do more movement, if that makes sense. So it's kind of an upward spiral when you start with just moving a little bit and then you move more and more and more. Number 3, this one is huge because it's just the one thing that made my entire nutrition plan sustainable. It's the 75-25 approach when it comes to my diet. What I mean by that is I would eat 75% of the time really healthy, nutrient-dense food and, high in protein and so on. And then 25% of the time would be a fun food. And if you have 4 meals per day, so that's breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, that means that 3 of them should be healthy and 1 of them get to be fun. If you have 1 fun food per day, think about what you usually crave and you get to have that every day and still be healthy and still lose fat if that's your goal. Just imagine how much better it would go than just trying to eat 100% healthy all the time and, restrict yourself and not having the food that you usually like and, not even having that biscuit with your coffee. You would go crazy in like 3 days and just quit because fitness is not for me, health is not for me. It's just way too difficult. If you actually apply it that way, if you try to do 75-25, you are so much more likely to stick with it for your entire life because of how easy it actually is to eat healthy and still honor your cravings. So this is definitely one habit that I really suggest that you actually actively try to implement in your diet, I would say. By the way, I mean diet as everything that you eat over the course of a few days, weeks, months, and not, actually being in a deficit. So this is regardless of the quantity, okay? I'm just talking quality here. If you are starting with not eating healthy at all, start with just having a healthy breakfast. Start with that and then build off of that. Once you have that healthy breakfast, okay, where could I fit maybe a healthy snack? Or how could I meal prep maybe a healthy lunch or healthy sandwich, stuff like that. Just build up to 75-25. If you are right now at 0-100, you can't go 100 to 0. You have to do, okay, let's go 25 and then 50 and so on, and just build up to the point when you actually eat healthy. You're gonna feel so much better and it's gonna actually feel so much easier the more you do it, because you will have these like easy, comfort, healthy recipes that you can just do over and over. It will be easier the more you stick with it. Number 4, drink enough water. It will depend on the weather, your level of activity, and how much water basically you're used to. Again, don't go from 0 to 100 because you are going to not feel your best. But I would suggest at least 2 liters. That would be ideal. And the best way to do that, the best way to start incorporating this habit is as soon as you wake up, get yourself a glass of water and drink it all. This will help you with feeling more awake and, kind of get rid of the brain fog. And, you will be starting with your first win of the day, which is getting a bit more water. So I would highly suggest to start there. There's so many apps. I like Plant Nanny, for example, that help you have a fun way to keep track of your water intake. And I really feel like this is going to be huge in helping you feeling full, in helping you with digestion, with energy throughout the day and focus and all that good stuff. So this is also a habit. If you know that you're not drinking enough water, then this is probably one that you should easily start with, because this is a very easy habit to incorporate in your life. Number 5, starting your day with a savory breakfast. This one is not for everyone, but I absolutely have been loving throughout my fat loss journey and even now to start with the savory breakfast, usually avocado toast, because it takes literally 5 minutes to prepare. Really easy, and you get, your protein, your fat, and your carbs, so it's really a balanced meal as well. It's also very delicious. So it's not for everyone, but it will help you reduce your sweet cravings throughout the day, especially mid-morning and mid-afternoon. It will help you with a higher level of energy. I feel the difference. Even if I love my tiramisu inspired oatmeal, I will crave more sweet if I have that for breakfast. Whereas if I have my savory avocado toast, I'm not going to be craving that much sweet later. It also helps you with not having that huge glucose and insulin spike that you would have if you started your day with sweet food, especially, high processed sugary cereals, which are the absolute worst. Be mindful of that. Maybe it's not something that you would be having every single day, but try to do that a couple times per week and see the difference, and maybe it will actually be for you. Number 6, creating a healthy morning and night routines. This has been life-changing for me because I used to scroll my nights away, and then as soon as I wake up, I would check my phone and stay on there and then kind of fall back asleep because I'd be in my bed. stopping that. I stopped that and I started meditation before going to bed, and I also started reading. And then in the morning, I get up as soon as my alarm goes off, get my glass of water, run to the bathroom first, then I open my window and I make my bed. And I'm just like kind of stacking those wins like immediately as soon as I wake up, and this completely changes my day basically. So as far as these routines go, you don't have to have like crazy 3 hours morning and night routines. Just pick the last couple actions that you want to do for the rest of your day. I really think that reading and meditation can be really helpful, but maybe it's journaling, writing your to-do list, and then reading a little bit. But I feel like having just the last two, and then the first two could be, making your bed and drinking water. Really easy, takes 5 minutes, and then you are off for the day, and you're starting with a win and like things that are actually good for you, and that can completely change the tone of your day. So just pick two that are realistic and go from that. Don't do 3 hours like morning routine, waking up at 5. No, the goal with that is that you are actually waking up at the same time you would usually wake up at, but you are doing these two different things, or maybe three, and then completely changes like the rest of your day. Okay, I think we're number 6. 1 act of self-love per day. Now, what do I mean by that? You want to do one thing that you're doing for yourself. Okay, for me, it's doing my skincare. I know when I'm not feeling well, I skip my skincare and I'm feeling even worse. So there is that, but you can choose something completely different for you that will actually make you feel like you are doing something loving towards yourself. For some people, it's repeating affirmations and it works well. For others, it's listening to affirmations, making yourself a healthy breakfast, or it doesn't have to be anything different than making your bed, knowing, oh my God, future me is gonna be so grateful when she comes home and she just is able to just jump in the bed and it's all ready and done for her. So it can be as simple as that, as long as it's intentional and you feel like you're doing that for yourself. It's just the mindset of doing that for yourself. Maybe it's like packing a specific snack that you'll love today to have that day, and you're gonna be like, oh, future me is gonna be so excited to see that I've actually packed that for her. And you can even leave a little love note. It doesn't matter, as it's all about the intention. It doesn't have to be something that you do differently. It's just about the intention. This one is absolutely huge, and it transformed my entire mindset, and it is to be more grateful, and maybe to have a gratitude journal. You can have it on your phone, you can have it like hard copy. The 5 minutes journal is actually really good for that. This is where I started. Now I just kind of do it throughout the day and just say thank you throughout the day. But being more grateful and having that list of things you're grateful for is absolutely life-changing, because even when it's tough, you can always be, well, at least I have that. Well, at least I have like this person in my life. Well, at least I'm healthy and I can, run or walk or whatever. At least I have my phone. At least I have this book. At least I have coffee. I'm really grateful for my coffee right now because it's waking me up, and, it's really hot and I love it. All this little stuff throughout the day, it helps you, enjoy the little stuff, enjoy the little moment, and, saying thank you and being grateful and being, in the present, and be like, I'm so grateful, like this moment is just perfect. And acknowledging that completely changes your mindset. And this is something I like actually doing like first thing in the morning, being like, right now, I'm really grateful to be in bed. It's really warm. I'm gonna get up, but it's really warm. And, I'm grateful for my bed because it's really comfortable and helps me have a good night of sleep. Things like that. It's just being more grateful for the thing that you have instead of taking them for granted. And one huge thing that, I don't know where I heard it, if you feel like, no, I don't have anything to be grateful for, think about, okay, let's say that tomorrow you don't get like any of this thing. You are completely, like, you don't have any of this thing. How would you feel and what would you miss most? And basically this is going to tell you what you're mostly grateful for. Number 9, time management. This is huge again, because basically the thing you want to think about is when you're trying to be healthier, when you're trying to implement these habits, it takes time. I'm not saying that this will be easy. It will take time. It will take effort to do that. And when you're able to manage your time properly, having your day like split out in like, okay, so in the morning I'm going to the gym, and this is like, it's going to be like just like an appointment with the doctor. This is just as important. I'm very productive in the morning, so I may want to have like my biggest task, most important task in the morning, and then at night maybe have a bit more chill stuff because I know that I'm not as productive. So, you know, for me in the morning, it's really like studying and working on business stuff. And in the afternoon, I kind of feel a bit more tired. I've been very productive. So I usually tend to prefer to, you know, content edition and all of that stuff, like stuff that are a bit easier. So I know when to do that. And doing the other way around would completely ruin my day, because I would waste all my energy on stuff that is easy to do and then have no energy left for the things that are hard. So you kind of want to figure that out. And I like to work in 1 hour and a half, like time blocks basically. And then I have like a 15-minute break for like coffee and chatting with my mom or whatever. It helps having these little hacks of how do I work best and when can I work best. And then it's all about, okay, when can I don't know, meal plan, or where can I read, or when can I do groceries, and just figuring that out and really being mindful of when would be the ideal. And it cuts. So I don't know what I was saying, but basically time management helps you get shit done. And anyways, that was pretty much the end of this video. I think I gave you 9 stuff to do. So again, just like I said, you want to start with implementing 1 and then move your way through the list. It may take 2 to 3 weeks to actually get used to each habit and have them really implemented in your life. But once you have that, like in 5 months time, 6 months time, you will be a completely different person. And it takes a while, but what is like 5 to 6 months compared to like 10 years, 20 years of just starting and quitting and starting the next year and quitting again and doing that for the rest of your life? I would rather take it slowly and do it for the rest of my life instead of quitting and starting and stopping again for the rest of my life. So now I have a quick thing to say. If you are someone who's interested in losing 20 pounds in 90 days or less, just like I did, and of course without starving myself, without spending hours on the treadmill, and I was eating still my favorite food like pizza, burgers, churros, and cinnamon rolls. These are my absolute favorite. And I lost the weight, it was a few years ago, and I never gained it back. And now I'm teaching others how to do the same. So if you are interested, I highly suggest you apply down below. It's the first link. I don't work with everyone, so there is an application process. That was pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you learned a lot. So make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.